Good morning, Grand Rising. How are you? I wanted to come on here today because I don't know who needs to hear this, but I wanted to share parts of my story um, to maybe encourage somebody. I was called to share a version of my life that I kind of talk about in my book, but not really. I do share publicly with those that are in my private circles or people that know me, but I was called to tell this version of my story because somebody needs to hear this. So I remember this was during COVID. It was during COVID, 2020. It had to been because, 2020. So this is when COVID first hit. And I was trapped in a domestic violence marriage. Um, and inside that marriage, I'll just say the soul was being sucked out of me. So there came this day where it was just, I was getting fed up. This is towards the end of our relationship. I was definitely getting fed up. And there was an incident with my brother, his cousin, a gun, a knife, and me and my ex. And that day didn't turn out very well. But I distinctly remember getting on my knees and dropping because I was ready to unalive this man. Like literally, I had a knife in my hand and I was literally ready to unalive him because I was fed up. I was tired and I just couldn't take it anymore. I was tired of the abuse, the neglect, I was tired of him and that relationship. It was just dead to me. So I dropped to my knees, and when I dropped to my knees, I distinctly remember asking God to give me strength to get up and leave this man because I had been sick and tired. And all I heard in the back of my head was, you already got the strength. Like you're asking for something that you already have. Get your ass up and get him the fuck up out of here. That's what I heard. Now you can call it God or whatever you want to call it, but that's what I heard. So at that very moment, I realized that everything I needed was already in me. And I remember I piggyback off of a conversation him and I had a few months before that. We were arguing because I had caught him cheating again. And we were arguing. We had just looked at this YouTube video where the lady was saying, if you're not going to say anything about your husband cheating, then, if you're not ready to leave, then don't say anything. So right after that, I found out he was cheating. And I remember him distinctly saying, why are we even talking about this? Like, you're not going to do nothing. So at that moment where I got on my knees and I realized that I heard the message, I have the power. I remember him telling me that you're not going to do nothing. Now, my ego kicked in at that moment. And it was like, oh, this motherfucker got me fucked up. Like, and I had to start thinking to myself, I got me fucked up. This whole situation got me fucked up because this is not what I need to be doing. This is not for me. So because I reached that point to where I was fed up, that's when the shift for me to exit came into my life. So if you are struggling with leaving somebody in a toxic relationship, you haven't gotten to the point where you're fed up. You haven't gotten to the point where you've learned the lessons that you are being taught that you need to learn. For me, it was learning how to trust my intuition, learning how to listen to my body and my spirit, and love myself, put me first, because there is not one person in this world that you should bend over backwards for that make you feel like crap. I'm sorry. So this message today was totally just random. I wasn't planning on talking about this. I was planning on talking about something else. But anyway, somebody needed to hear this message. So again, if you are struggling with leaving, if you're struggling with identifying who you really are, if you're struggling with changing your life and getting clear on what it is that you need to do, I got some links available for you that you can definitely click. But understand this: your life is valuable. And the story you keep telling yourself is how it's going to turn out. So if you want to see a different result, if you want to see a different story, a different ending, a different outcome, tell yourself a different story to begin with. Tell yourself something from the beginning of a new version of yourself. Tell it something different. If you're in that broken relationship, tell yourself that I am no longer in this broken relationship. This marriage no longer binds me to the connection of my soul. You probably got a message not to get into the marriage in the first place. So you were disobeying your soul by getting into the marriage. But you had to stay because you needed to learn something. A narcissistic relationship is a dangerous one. But it's also, if you let it teach you the lesson that it's teaching you, it is serving a divine purpose. It definitely is. So again, if you need help in understanding who you are, what it is that you were born to do, if you are stuck in an abusive relationship, if you just want to see life differently, if you want to see different results, then you got to take different action steps. Because had I not gotten to that point where I was fed up and ready to leave, like literally I had to get to the point where I was ready to kill this man. And that's crazy. But if I hadn't reached that boiling point, I would still be stuck in that abusive relationship. So again, push yourself, because your mind already knows what you want. Your soul knows what's best for you, and it's going to always lead you to where you want to go. Your soul is always going to direct your steps. It's always going to let you know if this is good or if this is bad. You just got to pay attention to it. You just have to pay attention to it. So if you are ready to pay attention to your soul and what it wants, if you are ready to take that step forward, I'm doing a book signing, a meet and greet, June 29th. The tickets are available for you that you can click below. And if you can't see it, I'll put it in the comments. But inside this meet and greet, we're going to do transformation. I'm going to be talking about situations in each one of my 3 books that you can definitely purchase depending on the ticket price that you aim for. There's a general admission all the way up to the Diamond VIP. So definitely check that out. But inside this book signing, this meet and greet, we're going to be transforming lives. We're going to be healing. We're going to be eating good and socializing on a good level. So I definitely encourage you, if you're in the Detroit area, June 29th, 11 a.m., it's a meet and greet brunch book signing with your girl, Coach Tanya, Detroit's finest #1 best-selling author. Meet me there. I would definitely love to have you. But the tickets are available now. And if you want to join me, definitely get your tickets now. It's a small space, so it's going to be small and intimate. That's and just how I like it. So you definitely want to get your tickets right now because you want to save your spot, right? Okay, so anyway, again, my message today is transform your life, starting with the transformation in your mind and in your heart. You got to want it. You got to feel like you want something better. You have to know in your mind that there's something better for you. And when you get to that boiling point where you are fed up with living the way you are living, trust me, that's when the universe is going to show up, and that's when your transformation is going to take place. I hope this helps.